I'm the zombie. That's the Hitman right there. And welcome to Around the Marvel World podcast.
Welcome. What are we talking about today, Zom?
Today we're talking about Loki episode 4 and 5. That was hopscotch. Man, this is pretty
We're
cool.
getting right down to it. This is almost at the end. There's one more episode after this, and that's it.
You're gonna go six episodes.
Another 6-episoder.
Damn. Then we got up next one. It's What If or the Hawkeye? I think Hawkeye is next year, right?
What is? Remember we posted the What Is trailer dropped. Was it yesterday or the day before?
I only catch a glimpse
Well,
of it.
by the time we posted up, it just dropped recently. Say that, yeah. And I mean, it looked cool. It was nothing we didn't already know. Yeah, they're exploring Black Panther as a Ravager, doing
And then you got
I know zombies. That's all like zombies, man. Like, yeah, that's what I was about.
My people.
Yeah, yeah. That split second they showed them. There were some interesting stories. What if?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. But
Agent Carter. You can call me Agent Peggy Carter. Captain what? Captain
Yeah.
Carter. Captain Carter.
yeah, that's whatever. Who cares? It's another person holding the shield. I don't know. Did she get the serum?
The shield around like hot potato.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I didn't watch Peggy Carter ever, and also is this acknowledging her the whole show? Is that show? No. Yes, right. 'Cause it doesn't matter because it didn't affect any other thing in the universe.
This was what's it like Agents of Shield, like it's non-canon.
But Peggy Carter, I mean, like, it's just dead space. I mean, because that was from 1940 to whatever. Like, it was in the 40s. Nobody needed to touch that time zone, so it doesn't matter if it's canon or not. I mean, of course it happened. Peggy Carter was an agent. She did things. I mean, unless there was something revelatory where they're like, oh, Dr. Doom works in the basement taking pictures of Spider-Man. I don't know, whatever.
But he's like 20 something, like, hi, Dr.
Yeah.
Hilarious, man.
And anyway, like, out of anyone I would be excited to see with taking over the Captain America mantle because there have been quite a few characters. Like, well, Peggy Carter's all right, great. She's a different person.
The British flag as her uniform and stuff.
Yeah, Peggy Carter. Did you see the Spider-Man suit where Spider-Man took over Cap? It just happened recently.
I know, I didn't get to see that.
It looks pretty sick.
It looks like this. Point at it.
Ooh, he's like Captain Puerto Rico or something. Whatever, man. It looks cool. And also having the shield. Look, but what's that freaking move in Ultimate Alliance? The Ultimate Alliance 2? It's probably in all of them. Yeah, where freaking Spider-Man grabs the shield with the web and he just... Yeah. Next level shield slanging. Back to what we came to get to. So episode 3 left on a cliffhanger. And we're like, all right, it's the end of the world. Looks like a nice picturesque Queen album cover. We're looking at interplanetary destruction. This is beautiful. Of course, we all know what's going to happen. What else could possibly have happened there? Is Heimdall going to hit him with the Rainbow Bridge? Obviously, the Tunerville is going to show up. Why? I don't understand. They really didn't. They really didn't get into that. They're just like, oh well, we're gonna pick them up because there's a Nexus event. It's an apocalypse. Isn't the entire point of that was that the Nexus events didn't occur? the apocalypses.
But they say that
So they're like,
whatever they were doing behind
yeah,
the
you can do whatever.
yeah.
Oh, all right, so I don't think it's a big enough detail that they'll be like, wow, we did it really because of this. I just think they're like stepping on their toes with that. But okay, sure, whatever. Plot device, they're saved.
They're
Um,
saying, yeah, because they were like I guess getting a little intimate. That they were causing something to spike up. It was spiking up. And that's not the way
there can only.
oh, Mobius, but that's the way like KDR, go, go, go.
Yeah. By the way, right. Uh, to step away from that for a second to cause a Nexus event from that because it's all, that's just nonsense anyway. All right, so Loki's the main character. Um, we're gonna actually, you know what? I'll save that for a minute because it really doubles down on itself in the next episode, which we're not on. So, um, what the hell? All right. So they're saved by the Soonervilles, and then they start their rebellion, their Star Wars esque, like storming the Bastille, and they finally achieve their goal. And it was like, why? It was so easy. It makes no sense.
See the timekeepers?
Yeah, like they were like, all right, we're in a rush. We're gonna keep this time, like keep it moving. Like, we're gonna condense this a little bit because we only have 6 episodes. You know, nobody time kept them an extra episode, I guess. So they finally get to it. Am I right?
Woman, forgot her name. Before we get there, like we see when Loki
Raven murderer or something.
The funny part is when Mobius captures when they bring back Loki and they like, all right, put him in the cage. Like, what is this? Like, you'll see. And then that girl, what's her name, comes back, keeps hitting him on the balls. What? It reminded me of like,
Oh my!
it keeps kicking.
That was Sith. That was Sith from.
Yeah.
What was Sith in? She was in the original Thor.
Yeah.
Original Thor.
Like Sid.
Lady Sith. I remember her being in Shield, and she was a badass in that. But her whole thing, I remember this, is that something that Loki played a prank on her. He cut her hair or something, and then Thor strong armed him into fixing it. So he had the craftsman, the giant dwarf. He had them create mythical objects, including the hair and also Mjolnir. So like that's kind of an interesting aside story, and I think it kind of stayed true to that with the MCU too. But who knows? I don't recall specifically whether they mentioned where Mjolnir originated.
Had the sound clip from when Vegeta is like when he goes with the metal cooler, he's like, "Why is this only kick you on the dick?" It's like,
but like looking at that, like how Sif is pissed at him because he cut her hair, like he, like as a result of him goofing around, Loki the trickster, Mjolnir was created, and all this other stuff happened. It just really like goes back to just like look what they did to my boy. Like he's just comic relief now, and it's like so much more capable. And but even that, like even his tricks, like had substance to them before he was just lackey. Now he's such a goofball. I don't get it.
Yeah. So when he when what's her name, Sith, kept coming, hit him in the
Mobius.
And then he's like, oh, then.
No, are we talking? Jared Leto.
Oh man.
It was right under our noses the whole time.
Yeah, so he finally, I guess
uh,
Sith was telling her, like, what the heck? Like, you're gonna be pathetic and alone and this and that all the time. And so you gotta realize, like, I guess he got broken, like, the spirit got broken. It's like, you're right. You know, I just did it for attention and blah, 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 and all that good stuff.
there was no development there whatsoever, but it was a time loop, and it just shows like it's a flex on their power is that they can stick you in whatever memory that they want. Kind of opens up the fact that they did that to whoever, that they can manipulate people however they so choose, so they can create their own purgatory. That's what they did. Loki.
That's cool. So yeah, so Mobius goes and he gets them, he brings them back. All right, let's talk. What the hell you guys did to cause that spike in the time strip? He's like, I don't know. What do you know? What you're talking about? But that's when he drops a bomb like, oh, you guys are being lied to. It's like you guys are, what's it called? You're
It
all.
was a big deal. So we established that revelation earlier with the other hunter that she had taken over, and she was enchanted, and they had their little powwow, and she kind of went off the deep end, and I think the Raven Stabber, she killed her to keep it secret, so she was aware. Then the other one, oh, we haven't quite got it. All right, but so Loki tells Mobius, check it out, you're all variants. Like, you've been lied to. You probably did ride a jet ski. And then they become best friends from that. And it's like, wow, I'll help you take down the TVR. It's TVA, whatever.
The DVR.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, cool. It's gonna be another buddy thing. It looks like neat. Like they're gonna have a man on the inside. And then what happens?
Mobius gets purged. No, I mean, what's it called? He gets the little stab.
Pickled. He gets pickled.
He's pickled.
Yeah, they poke him in a jar and they put vinegar and spices, lots of sugar, a lot more sugar than you would think, and then he gets pickled.
What a scene!
And then we just don't know what happened. All right, you got pickled. I can't believe it. He was in mid speech. This heartless woman. Like, I don't give a shit about your jet ski. It's called prune because you nip. It's what you do with a plant. You prune it so that the like branches don't grow out of control. That's what it is, isn't it? Like, that's some really half-assed metaphoring right there. We'll go with it, I guess.
You got pruned, eh? Then Loki was.
All right, so then they report to the main dance floor after things get a little wild.
You got Sylvie and Loki reunited. It's like, are you okay? It's like, are you? Like, yes. I thought you died. Me too. They told me they killed you.
Yeah. Yeah, because they had her believing, and meanwhile Mobius was like, Mobius is the one who figured out that they were lovers.
Yeah,
They were planting this. Yeah, that's what I was getting to, but I didn't want to. Oh, still, I don't want to spoil the episode 4 part, but like, pretty much you just screw it because we're talking episode 4 anyway. Loki's the main character. Most of the side characters. He's the love interest. He's the comedic relief. He's some of the kind of tertiary bad guys. He's probably also going to be the main bad guy. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm thinking, because they storm the main stage. It's funny because it was like kind of uneventful. It was like a slow burn kind of episode. Um, they get to the main stage, right?
Yeah, the lady, I forgot her name. Puts everybody in an elevator, and then the doors of the palace open up, and we see the timekeepers.
Keepers. They finally got their wish. And meanwhile, what's her face? B-15 gets enchanted. And then she comes to terms with that revelation as well. But she decides to keep it on the low low.
On the low, low.
And then we have a little bit of fisticuffs. They realize that the timekeepers are not responding. This crushes my gang.
We're like a these animatronics section when they go play the band.
And now it's just Chucky by himself. It's sad. Just looks around the room like, this is it. That's all I get.
Famous. I'm the famous.
Realize the crown, Chuck. That's what happens when you go do your solo projects. Get too big for your band.
It's touring with Blackpink and the tour.
Right. So let's fast forward because everybody knows what happened. We all know what went down. Sylvie finally got her wish.
Chops the head off of the timekeeper. And that's when it reveals like it's one of Iron Man's toys.
Even no, that was some poorly designed stuff. But yeah, so we got to see is the man behind the curtain Wizard of Oz situation. It's like, oh, so somebody else is pulling the strings. And then there's a little bit of a scrap, right?
Yeah, there's a scab, and all of a sudden, like Loki is facing Sylvie, like, "Are you okay?" And then he gets pruned.
Yeah, a little stabbo. He messed with the crabbo and got the stabbo right in the back.
So where's my money? Like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, and then she did it, dude. She did it the same style as Loki did to freaking Coulson.
Oh yeah,
on his moves. But this is after she knocked the B-15 the F out. B-15 couldn't help like she wanted to. But then she also didn't play her hand to show that she knew.
That was
so Raven Maimer.
Yes.
Raven Maimer showed her hand too, in that she wants to keep up the fallacy until everything is situated. Meaning she doesn't know what the fuck is happening. She don't know what's going on either. She doesn't know who's in charge. She just knows that everybody needs to be kept in line. Whose orders is she following? What objective is she working toward? What is she doing? But she's directing all these people to do all these things. So maybe somebody set her on the path initially, and then they just kind of let that go its course, right? It seems like it. Not getting direction.
She's the one who's of everybody right
now. And she doesn't seem like particularly hungry. It's like, well, I'm just gonna keep the peace. So she prunes Loki, and we're like, great. Now we're gonna have to rename the show Sylvie.
Sylvie to the rescue.
Right. And then we all just like, all right, that's it, right? There's nothing else. No. Bam! End credits. Come on. Now they're gonna be starting to do that at every show now. really trying to get us to sit through the credits on everything now, aren't we?
Every damn thing. Like, sit to the people who made
And
this show. Who do we see? Tell them.
and the wild thing is, like, it was the most interesting thing about this episode was the end credit. Not even part of, like, people who watched it immediately didn't know, or even saw the most interesting part of it. Right?
So we
All right,
catch
so we see Loki. Before that,
we're like, what? I thought he was dead. What's going on? Where are we? And then you hear the voice, three voices, like, hey, come here. Like, you're gonna be dead if you don't come with us. Like, what? And then
and then we see
three Lokis.
ridiculous comic costume Loki, classic. See Loki, who's Bragger Loki, and we see Kid Loki. We see little alligator homie. It's gonna be sorry, Uncle exclusive sold out pop Loki. You know that's gonna be a thing.